Welcome back to Studio 5 Drone Productions, everybody. In today's video, we are going to share 40 tips and tricks for beginner and professional drone pilots. This is information that we have discovered to be essential after the past 5 years of working in the professional world of aerial photography and videography. Let's focus on what it takes to get epic aerial shots, safety considerations, insane perspectives, the whole 9 yards. But before you launch, there are a few things you gotta know. Trust me, safety and know-how are key. We're talking 40 essential tips for every drone pilot, so buckle up, grab your drone, and let's elevate your skills. Alright, first things first, let's talk about your drone. Know your machine inside and out. We're talking specs, features, the whole shebang. The battery powers everything, keep it juiced up, check those propellers, secure and damage-free. The camera is your eye in the sky. Learn its settings, read the manual, watch tutorials, and practice. The more you know, the better you'll fly. Alright, so you've got your drone all prepped and ready to fly. The excitement is real, I feel you. But before you go full maverick, let's pump the brakes. Your first flights should be about getting comfortable with the controls. The best place? Wide open spaces. Nobody wants their new drone tangled in trees. Open areas let you make rookie mistakes safely. Practice takeoffs, landings, and hovering. Master the basics before tighter spaces. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither are drone skills. Take your time, enjoy the flight. Once you've got the basics, explore more. For now, keep it simple, safe, and open. Before flying, check the weather. Wind is kryptonite to your drone. Over 25 miles per hour, stay grounded. Rain and electronics don't mix. Wait for a clear day. Light affects your camera. Golden hour is best. Alright, so you've checked the weather. It's a beautiful day. Time to fly, right? Hold on, eager beaver. We've got one more crucial step. The pre-flight checklist. First things first, battery. Make sure it's fully charged and undamaged. Next, propellers. Check for cracks or wear. Finally, firmware. Ensure it's up to date. It only takes a few minutes and could save you a lot of headaches. Okay, so you've checked the weather, gone through your pre-flight checklist, and you're itching to get this show on the road. But before you go sending your drone on epic adventures, we gotta talk about the basics. Takeoff and landing. These might seem simple, but trust me, they're the foundation of everything else. Master these and you're well on your way to becoming a drone pilot extraordinaire. Rule number 1 in the drone game, keep your eyes on the drone. Losing sight of your drone is like losing your keys, frustrating and expensive. You're the pilot, and the drone is your aircraft and responsibility. Keep your drone in your line of sight at all times. Safety first, epic shots second. Ready to fly your drone? Hold on, know the rules first. Airspace restrictions, no-fly zones, and permits are crucial. Just like driving, flying drones has laws. Visit the FAA website and download the B4U Fly app. Be responsible and enjoy safe flying. Let's face it, guys, no matter how good a pilot you are, things can go wrong. Drones are complex machines, and sometimes, despite our best efforts, they decide to have a mind of their own. That's why it's crucial to be prepared for anything. Imagine this. You're out in the field, flying your drone, when suddenly, the unthinkable happens. What do? This is where your emergency plan comes in. Start by knowing your drone's fail-safe features. Most drones have a return-to-home function, but don't rely solely on technology. Visualize potential emergency scenarios and plan your response. Being prepared ensures a safe and enjoyable flight. Alright guys, so you're out there, drone's buzzing, you're feeling like a maverick of the sky, right? But hold up, let's talk geofencing. It's a digital fence for your drone using GPS to create virtual boundaries. It keeps your drone from straying into restricted areas, like near airports or government buildings. Setting it up is easy with your drone's app, so be smart, be safe, and prepare your flight for geofencing. Okay, listen up drone pilots, because this next tip is all about respect. Yeah, respect. Respect other people's privacy when you're up there soaring with your drone. Not everyone signed up to be in your personal highlight reel. Think before sending your drone buzzing over someone's backyard. Put yourself in their shoes. Be mindful and aware of your surroundings. Skip the low-altitude flybys in residential areas. Don't fly over private property without privacy in mind. Flying a drone comes with responsibilities. Respecting other people's privacy is a big one. Let's be considerate and respectful. Keep those drones flying responsibly. We want to respect people's privacy the best that we can. Make sure everyone feels safe and respected. Alright, drone enthusiasts, let's talk flight modes. Understanding these modes unlocks your drone's true potential. Your drone is a versatile machine with different modes for different situations. It's like having a Swiss Army knife of flight capabilities. Cinematic or tripod mode is your trusty autopilot, perfect for smooth cinematic footage. Normal mode is for those who crave manual control and precision. Sport mode offers faster speeds and quicker responses. Explore the different flight modes to find what works best for you. Alright guys, let's talk battery life. We've all been there. You're about to get that killer shot and then bam, dead drone, batteries toast. It's the worst feeling but avoidable. Think of battery life like fuel in your car. Be smart, conserve that juice. Ditch the extra weight. Check your settings. Crank down brightness, frame rate. Be efficient, make smart choices. Stay in the air longer, capture epic footage. Okay, let's talk prop guards. I know, some of you think they're not cool, that they make your drone look like a toy helicopter. But trust me, prop guards are your best friend. They're like an insurance policy. Without them, you risk damage to your drone and yourself. Repairs are costly and crashes are disastrous. With prop guards, it's a minor inconvenience. Your drone stays safe and you can laugh it off. Ready for the next flight, and your chandelier will thank you. Drones are investments. Like a car needs a bumper, your drone needs prop guards. Protect your investment and fly safe. Alright, let's talk cameras. You've got this awesome drone, but your footage looks underwhelming. Don't let that be you. Your drone's camera can capture stunning shots, but you need to master the settings. Learn about ISO, shutter speed, and white balance. Experiment and practice to improve your skills. Remember, practice makes perfect. Alright, so you've been flying for a while now nailing those shots. But maybe your gear isn't keeping up with your vision. Upgrading your drone can be a game changer. It's like trading in your beat-up Honda Civic for a Tesla. More power, better range, sharper images, it opens up a whole new world of possibilities. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself and your passion. Alright, let's talk about firmware. Sounds boring, right? But it's the secret sauce of your drone. It's the software that controls everything. Like your phone's updates, it improves performance. Don't ignore firmware updates. Update and keep your drone flying at its best. Flying a drone can feel like you're entering a whole new world, right? You're exploring from new heights, capturing incredible perspectives. But sometimes it can feel a little solitary, like you're the only one geeking out over flight patterns. Trust me, you're not alone. There's a whole community of drone enthusiasts out there. They're just waiting to connect and geek out with you. Joining a local drone club is one of the best things you can do. It's a chance to meet like-minded people and discover new flying spots. Plus, it's just plain fun to hang out with people who get your obsession. Look for clubs in your area, check online forums, or ask at your local hobby shop. You'll be amazed by the sense of community and shared passion. Remember, flying a drone is awesome, but flying with friends, that's next level. Got your drone? Excited to film epic stuff? Hold on, let's talk protection. This is an investment. Don't let it get trashed. You'll take it everywhere. Mountains, forests, plains. Do you want it bouncing around unprotected? Scratched lenses, busted propellers, not the vibe. A sturdy carrying case is non-negotiable. It's like a padded bag versus a plastic grocery bag. Absorb shocks, keep out dust and moisture. Tons of options, soft cases, hard shells, backpacks. Find what works for your style. A good case goes a long way. Treat your gear right for the long haul. Drones are awesome but fragile. One minute you're soaring, the next, bam, you're grounded. Sending it back for repairs gets old and expensive. Learn to fix it yourself. It's not that hard. Basic repairs like propellers, batteries, and minor cracks. Tons of online resources can help. Be prepared and troubleshoot in the field. If you are enjoying this informational video, please share the love and hit the like button, smash the subscribe, and let's keep learning. So, you've mastered the basics of drone flying, you're comfortable with the controls, and you're itching to push your skills further. But crashing your drone isn't ideal. Enter drone flight simulators. They offer a safe, virtual environment without the risk of damage. Practice in different conditions and refine your skills. Flight simulators are invaluable. Alright, so you're up in the air, feeling good, getting those epic shots. But here's the thing about altitude, man. It actually affects how your drone performs. The higher you go, the thinner the air gets. Thinner air means less air molecules for those propellers to grab onto. It's like trying to swim in a pool full of jello. You're gonna work a lot harder in that jello, right? Same goes for your drone, it's gonna eat up battery life way faster, not to mention the wind up there. So, what's the takeaway here? Know your drone's limits. Don't just send it up to the max altitude. Check those specs and plan your flights. Don't get caught out there with a dead battery. Nobody wants to see a drone swan dive. Worse yet, you don't want to fish it out of a lake, so be smart, be prepared, and keep those drones flying high. Alright, let's talk about ND filters. ND stands for neutral density. These little guys are game changers for cinematic, buttery smooth footage. ND filters are like sunglasses for your drone's camera. They limit light without messing with colors, giving you control over shutter speed for natural motion blur. Invest in good quality ND filters. You won't regret it. It's like upgrading your drone's vision. Alright, listen up, because this is crucial. We're talking about planning your drone flights. Yeah, I know it sounds kind of boring, right? Like homework or something? But trust me, putting in a little planning time beforehand can make all the difference in the world. Think about it, when you just wing it, you're reacting to what you see, right? You're flying blind, essentially. But when you plan, you're in control. You know the lay of the land, you've got your points of interest mapped out, you've even considered the sun's position for optimal lighting. It's like the difference between wandering aimlessly through a city and having a curated itinerary. One is going to give you a bunch of random snapshots, the other a story. And that's what we're going for here, right? Telling stories with our drones. So how do you plan a drone flight? Well, there are tons of apps and software out there. You can even use Google Earth to scout locations. Figure out your route, your altitude, your shot list. The more you plan, the smoother your flight, the more epic your footage. Alright, listen up, because this is crucial. We're talking about planning your drone flights. Putting in a little planning time can make all the difference. When you plan, you're in control, telling stories with our drones. You know that feeling, right? When you're out shooting, in the zone, totally vibing with the shot, and then bam, disaster strikes. Your drone takes a tumble, and suddenly you're grounded. Game over, right? Wrong. Always carry spare parts, extra propellers, batteries, and a toolkit. Be prepared and keep those drones soaring. Okay, listen up, because this is important. You're flying your drone, feeling good, doing tricks, and then it happens. You trip, stumble, and your controller goes flying. Suddenly, you're risking your gear and wallet. Not cool, right? That's where the humble lanyard comes in. It's a safety net for your controller. You wouldn't climb without a harness, right? So why risk it with your controller? It's a small investment that saves you pain and money. Plus, it keeps your hands free for epic shots. Do yourself a favor, get a lanyard. Your controller and bank account will thank you. Alright guys, let's talk about pushing boundaries. Anyone can fly a drone on a perfect sunny day. But what separates the amateurs from the pros? The ability to adapt, to conquer any condition Mother Nature throws your way. I'm talking about wind, rain, even snow. Yeah, you heard me right. Now, I'm not saying you should go out flying in a hurricane. Safety always comes first. But understanding how your drone handles in different weather conditions is crucial for leveling up your drone game. Start small. Practice in a light breeze, get a feel for how the wind affects your drone's stability. Gradually work your way up to more challenging conditions, always keeping safety in mind. Trust me, the more you practice, the more confident you'll become. And who knows, maybe one day you'll be the one capturing those epic storm-chasing shots, the ones that make people say, "How the heck did they do that?" But remember, it all starts with pushing your limits one gust of wind at a time. Ready for some epic winter shots? But your drone might not be. Cold weather drains batteries fast, just like your phone. Keep batteries warm. Use hand warmers. Keep the drone moving. No lazy circles. Active motors generate heat. We're all about capturing that perfect shot, right? But there's nothing more frustrating than squinting at your remote control screen, blinded by the sun. Glare is the enemy, people. Enter the sunshade. This simple piece of kit is a game changer. It blocks out glare, giving you a crystal clear view. Your eyes and your footage will thank you. Okay folks, it's time to level up. We've talked about the basics, but now we're diving into manual mode. This is where you truly become one with your drone. Complete control over altitude, yaw, pitch, roll, smoother movements, more cinematic shots, jaw-dropping maneuvers, but with great power comes great responsibility. Start slow, practice, and be cautious. Alright, so you've got this awesome drone, right? You're itching to get it up in the air and capture some epic footage. But hold on, every extra gram affects its flight time. It's like adding an extra passenger to a car. It guzzles battery juice faster. Your drone's motors work harder when weighed down. The heavier the load, the more energy it needs. Every accessory adds up. Be mindful of what you're attaching. Remember, every bit counts. Smart weight management means extra flight time. Let's talk about GPS tracking for your drone. Even a basic GPS tracker can be a lifesaver. Imagine losing your drone. Open your GPS app and bam! There it is, a blinking dot on a map. No more lost drones. Trust me, it's worth it. Alright, let's get a little nerdy for a second. We're gonna talk about flight data. Yeah, I know, sounds boring, right? But trust me, this stuff is gold. It's like your drone is leaving you a secret diary. Most drones record data like altitude, speed, and battery life. You can access this through your drone's app. It might seem overwhelming at first, but once you learn to interpret it, it's like unlocking a new level of understanding. For example, a sudden drop in battery life can be cross-referenced with altitude and speed. Maybe you were flying too high or there was a strong headwind. Knowledge is power. Analyzing flight data helps you fly more efficiently. It's like having a personal flight instructor. So next time, don't dismiss that data. Dive in and see what secrets your drone reveals. You might be surprised by what you discover. Alright, listen up drone pilots. Tip number 33 is gonna save you a ton of headache and potentially a broken drone. Always use a landing pad. It protects your drone from rough terrain, scratched lenses, busted propellers, dust and electronics. Avoid it all. A landing pad gives your drone a safe, stable platform. Trust me, I've learned this the hard way. Invest in a good quality landing pad. They're cheap, portable, and save you trouble. Take care of your gear, be a responsible drone pilot. Alright, drone junkies, let's talk about everyone's favorite invisible force wind. Respect the wind. It can take your drone from 0 to 60 in a heartbeat. Always check wind conditions before takeoff. Use apps for real-time wind speed and direction. Start low, feel it out, and land if uncomfortable. Better safe than sorry. Alright, you landed your drone in one piece, congrats. But before you celebrate, let's talk about the post-flight checklist. Check batteries, propellers, and give your drone a good wipe down. Charge batteries immediately and inspect for damage. Replace any damaged batteries or propellers. A clean drone is a happy drone. So you want to be a night owl, a master of the drone-lit sky? Flying at night can be insanely cool, but it's a whole different ballgame. Check your local regulations, make sure the airspace is clear, and triple-check your battery life. Your drone needs proper lighting. Be super aware of your surroundings, go slow, be cautious, and get some killer footage. Now go out there and own the night. We're talking about humidity, people. Humidity can mess with your drone faster than you can say propeller strike. See, humidity and electronics don't mix. High humidity means moisture can condense on your drone's electronics, causing corrosion or short circuits. First off, check the weather forecast. Make sure your drone is properly sealed. Be smart, be prepared, and keep your drone dry. Alright, let's talk about logbooks, people. Yeah, I know, it sounds about as exciting as watching paint dry, but trust me on this one. Keeping a drone logbook is like having a diary for your drone. It's like a black box for your flying machine. Now, you might be thinking, Casey, I can barely remember what I had for breakfast, and I get it, I really do. But it doesn't have to be complicated. A simple notebook or even a spreadsheet will do the trick. Just jot down the date, time, location, and any observations. Did the battery drain faster than usual? Did the drone drift in a certain direction? Write it down. This information can be incredibly valuable, not just for you but for any potential buyers. It's like a car's service history. It shows that you've taken good care of your investment. Plus, it can be super helpful for troubleshooting any problems you might encounter. Imagine being able to look back at your logbook and see that you started experiencing a certain issue after flying in a particular location. Think of it like this. Keeping a logbook is not about being a stickler for rules. It's about being a responsible drone pilot. It's about taking ownership of your flights, learning from your experiences, and constantly improving your skills. And who knows, maybe one day you can look back at your logbook and see just how far you've come since your very first flight. Alright, so you've conquered the local park, nailed those backyard shots, congrats. But things get interesting when you push limits. Think about it. Flying your drone isn't just about the drone, it's about the adventure. Swap that cityscape for a sprawling mountain range. Imagine your drone soaring over snow-capped peaks, capturing breathtaking views, or trade manicured lawns for the raw beauty of a desert landscape. Every environment throws its own curveballs. Trust me, it's all part of the learning curve. Respect the environment, do your homework, and start slow. Because getting that killer shot is awesome, but safety comes first. Let's talk about the future, because the drone world, man, it's not slowing down for anyone. Remember when drones were like these clunky, expensive toys for tech geeks? Yeah, those days are long gone. Today's drones are sleek, powerful machines packed with tech. Obstacle avoidance, autonomous flight, cameras that shoot in 8K, it's insane. And you know what's even crazier? This is just the beginning. The future of drones is unfolding right before our eyes. So there you have it. Essential tips to take your drone game from beginner to pro. Flying a drone is more than just a hobby, it's a skill and art form. Explore, experiment, and have fun. If you crash, don't sweat it. It happens to the best of us. Pick yourself up and get back in the air. The sky's the limit. If you received any value from this video, please help us keep the channel going with a like and hit the subscribe button. And please share with your followers. Until next time, fly safe, fly often, and stay blessed.